Again, welcome to LibreOffice Asia Conference. And this day is the Community Day. Yesterday we have Government Day, and I believe most of you here already attended that. And today is community, so it's more relaxed. It should be more fun than yesterday. And we have pretty many sessions today. So we only have 1 hour lunch break. So if you haven't ordered your lunch, you can contact Zhenjia there. Okay, and 100 for each. Okay. So now the first session we would like to Italo. Italo is now the board member of the Document Foundation. So for some of you, you don't know what Document Foundation is and why we should join the Document Foundation as a community member. So he will introduce this to all of you. Okay, let's welcome Italo.
Okay. Morning. Franklin, can I have your microphone so I can move around? Thank you. Okay. Okay, we are exactly on time. So I will talk a little bit about the Document Foundation and LibreOffice, the project, how it was born, the origins, and how to become a member, why and how to become a member. So the history, we started, most of you were not born in '84, but I was 30 at the time, but I don't know Marco Burris at all, and I wasn't aware of what was happening. But in 1984, this young German had to write a thesis for his school, and he was a hacker, so he developed his own software. So that it was called StarWriter, and it's the origin of OpenOffice and then LibreOffice. It goes back to 1984. It's 40 years now about the birth of the first code that we are using today. Then it was developed, they added programs, and then they created StarOffice for Windows. StarOffice had StarWriter, StarCalc, StarDraw, not Impress, and a chart module. In 1999, Sun acquired StarDivision. StarDivision, that was the company behind this, was based in Hamburg, so in northern Germany. And what happened that in the year 2000, so 1 year after the acquisition, Sun released the code of StarOffice as OpenOffice with an open source license. The first version was also released with a proprietary license, but this was dropped with version 2.0. So the idea at the time was to develop a free open alternative to Microsoft Office. And it is, at the end, it is what we have today. In 2002, the first release of the open source project, and 2005, OpenOffice 2.0 with only the LGPL license, not anymore the proprietary license. And in 2008, OpenOffice 3.0 was released. but then happened something unexpected. Oracle acquired Sun in 2009. The acquisition of Sun by Oracle had nothing to do with OpenOffice and with open source. The reality, it was a defensive move to protect the database at the Pentagon. So you know the Pentagon, the Ministry of Defense of the United States, is by far the largest user of technology in the world. And all the databases there were Oracle databases running on Spark stations. So what worried Oracle was that if IBM had bought Sun, that was the alternative, IBM would make the databases not compatible with Spark Station anymore. So Oracle would lose a huge customer. So the reason why Oracle has dropped basically all open source software and has kept only MySQL and has transitioned the Spark Station to other hardware is to protect that single customer. The problem is that the OpenOffice community found itself in a different position in a matter of a few days, because at first it was not so clear, especially for people that is not into the economy of technology, although it was extremely clear for people that knew the market at the time that Oracle would drop immediately OpenOffice and all open source software. So what happened is that as in July 19, 2000, Sun announced OpenOffice.org. In September 28, 2010, the OpenOffice.org community announced LibreOffice. So basically what happened, we forked the code. By the way, this logo has been designed by Rania. And we forked the software, which is something always possible with open source software, and we started to develop the software, today's software, which is called LibreOffice. We also created the document foundation. At the time, several people told us, why another open source foundation? The fact is that there was no foundation that was in line in terms of policy with the objectives of the group of the founders. So we created the document foundation because we wanted to promote a meritocratic community for the development of free and open source software based on open standards. At the time, the concept of open standards was not extremely common yet. So while we knew the importance of open standards because ODF was already there. So this is the reason why we created the foundation. 5 founding principles: copyleft license. We inherited LGPL, but then we moved to MPL 2.0 and also to the next version. So it's open to the evolution of the Mozilla public license. No contributor agreement, so you don't have to sign to be a contributor. Is meritocratic. What does it mean? It means that if you do things, you usually are recognized as the owner of a project or the owner of an activity, either at local level or at global level. And you're not the boss, but you may be leading a group of people and inspiring a group of people that is doing the same activities. It's governed by the community, so we have members, and the members elect the board members and the membership committee members. And I will tell you later about the board and the membership committee. And it's vendor independent. The software is not owned by anyone, basically. That is the reality. The Document Foundation doesn't own the software, the code, and each contributor owns his own small contribution. So this makes LibreOffice extremely difficult. It can be forked, of course, but the license, it's almost impossible to change. You should have an agreement with all the people that have developed all the patches since 2010. So the Document Foundation is promoting free software, user freedom, document freedom, open standards, and develops LibreOffice. Develops LibreOffice, but not only LibreOffice. There is let's call it a sister project called Document Liberation. Document Liberation project is developing the filters to import into LibreOffice legacy files. At the moment, you can import Corel Draw files, you can import publisher files, you can import, I think, Adobe PageMaker or something like that. There is a large number of files. This is maintained to the last possible version by volunteers, so not always the import is at the very last version of the software, but in many cases the software has been abandoned, so the filter allows to import the last version of the existing documents. So this is the organization. You have the board of directors, 7 members and 3 deputies. 2 years term. We have just started the first year of term. I'm one of the 7 members. There is an advisory board. This is not a formal body of the foundation, which means that they don't have power on what is happening, but they can be listened as they represent a large amount of open source and historical experience. In the advisory board, there are GNOME, KDE, Free Software Foundation Europe, and it's open to not-for-profits around the world with a similar or same objectives, while companies have to pay a small fee to be member of the advisory board. And in the advisory board we have Collabora, Allotropia, and other companies that are representing or doing business on top of LibreOffice. Then we have the membership committee, which is an official body. This is the body that approves members. So to become a member, you must fill in an application. They will check if you are really contributing to the software, so they will be looking at the software for development, so they will looking at Git, they will looking at Gerrit, Weblate, all the software that is around the development, and if you have contribution, you will be approved as a member, but you will also be approved as a member if you do local advocacy, which means supporting LibreOffice with the organization of events at local level, with the organization of activities. Many of the members that are in this room are members because they are supporting the development of LibreOffice, not because they are developers. So there is an opportunity for people, even if you are not a developer. I'm not a developer at all. Actually, developers are scared by the idea that I can look at the source code, because I may destroy the source code just by looking at it. But I've been doing marketing and communication for LibreOffice since 2010. And then you have the members, so the trustees. This is the figure at the end of 2023. We are a little bit higher now because there have been more new members than members that have expired. What we ask is that you have been active for 3 months, and then you make the promise, but of course no one is going to knock at your door if you don't maintain the promise, that you will be contributing for the next 6 months as well. Contributions are considered volunteer, so no one is going to be fiscal in checking this. It's quite important for people that is contributing to become a member, because if you become a member, you can not just help the project, but you can help driving the project forward, because you can vote for the membership committee, you can vote for the board of directors, and you can be elected as well in the membership committee or the board of directors. What we have done when we have created, just to summarize with a visual, what we have done when we moved from the OpenOffice project to the LibreOffice project. OpenOffice was under the Sun umbrella. So it's like you have a company that ensures the governance of the project. It's like if someone is not doing something, the company will step in. In some cases, the company will step in even if someone was doing something because they didn't like it. This was, of course, a little bit of an issue in some areas. What we did, we reverted. If you look at the umbrella and the mixing bowl, there exactly is that one just upside down. It's this is done by an American friend, so they use the mixing bowl concept. In some European countries, we use the boat complex. If everyone is rowing in the same direction, then the project is going in the right direction. So this is we changed the concept from someone overlooking the project in general to a project that is self-sustained with people that are contributing. Of course, then there are some areas where the board has or need to take decisions, but this is rather limited to specific areas, and especially to the area of spending the money from donations. So the project model, Document Foundation represents the community, owns the trademarks, the internet domains, collect donations. The community manages development based on the resources provided by the Document Foundation. We provide the infrastructure. And the Document Foundation is a not-for-profit or a charity by European law. And this is the reason we are not supposed to provide commercial software. This means that if you want if you want to go into an enterprise environment, because a large deployment, you need to have a software that is supported, professionally supported. We suggest to ask the commercial supported software. It's, I think the batteries are gone. So you have to ask for a commercially supported software from one of the ecosystem companies. And this is a representation of the community, and with a large number of volunteers, a large number of people paid by ecosystem companies. Some of the people paid by ecosystem companies, in some cases, are volunteering in some areas, and both are part of the community. Of course, the community has users, the community has people that are not active, but are supporting LibreOffice. If you think the people that suggest the use of LibreOffice to friends, this is I would say, is a non-active contributor, and we have many of them. The user base estimate, we have more or less around 210 million users around the world. And this is the community map. So in dark green, you have the countries where there is at least one active TDF member. In light green, they are the countries where there are no members of the Document Foundation, but there is a community. So there are people that are active. We usually try to suggest to these people to become members as well. Of course, we cannot force anyone to become a member. It's just voluntary. But if, for instance, if we make the example of Paraguay, which is that, Paraguay is that one. In Paraguay, they have localized LibreOffice in the local language. The local language is called Guarani. Is a language which is official in Paraguay, but is not protected, in a sense that it's not taught in all the schools, so the risk is that people is losing Guarani. And there is a Guarani community that is maintaining LibreOffice in the local language. So, and they are around their work, they work with the University of Asunción, which is the capital city of Paraguay. We would like them to become members, but of course we cannot force them to become members. But they're doing a very good job of supporting LibreOffice in their country. And being active in the language is one of our flagship characteristic. LibreOffice is the desktop software available in more language than any other desktop software. There is only one software which is available in more language, is the software used for Wikipedia. But the difference is that we are talking about a software with less than 500 string to translate, with a software with over 5,000 string to translate, which is LibreOffice. So I recognize the higher number of Wikipedia, but sorry to say that it's a lot more challenging to localize LibreOffice than a software with a limited number of strings. And we have 145 active languages. Actually, localization during the last 6 months was in 160 languages. Some languages have just started. They are below 50% localization, so we don't consider them as potentially released. And we ship 120 language. There are over 4,600 localizers worldwide, and they made over 400,000 local translations each year. This is extremely important. You should consider, many of you, I don't think here in Taiwan, but for sure in Indonesia, you have more than one official language. And there may be languages that have, where LibreOffice is not yet localized. So this may be an opportunity for countries like Indonesia, India, where there are several official languages. Again, is a volunteer work. You're not forced to localize, but it's an opportunity. I think that speaking and knowing other languages is a way of enriching our communities. We all have a native language, but the more language we speak, the better we communicate with others. And I think that languages are very important, and LibreOffice is very important under this point of view. So we have conferences around the world, a few. We have a general conference and local conference. This was the first one in Paris in 2011, a small group. Berlin in 2012, Rome 2017, Almeria 2019. I'm not showing all of them because there are too many. Then Milan in 2022. This was 2018 in Indonesia. This 2019 in Paraguay, 2019 in Japan, 2022 in Brazil, and 2023 in Indonesia, and Mexico as well. We organize Hackfest, dinners. There are meetings. This is in Nepal. They organize a localization sprint. Last year, me and Lothar, we organized a workshop at the University of Sri Lanka, at the School of Computing. These are our stickers. And now a few words about becoming a member. So this, again, is the governance. And trustee is the official name for members. So these are all the activities that you can do. You see, translation, documentation, contribution to blogs, wiki, marketing, designing templates, designing icons, designing user interface, improvement user experience, infrastructure, bug reporting, testing, user support, community growth, trainings, code development, extension development, ODF development, import-export filters development, and promotion of open standards. You see, it's quite a large amount of activities, and if you are involved in one of these activities, you are warmly invited to apply for membership. Of course, you don't need to be a member to contribute. A contributor is part of the community, but then to be a member, you must first be a contributor. If you are a member, you represent your local community to to the formal body of TDF, and members and contributors are supported by the board, the membership committee, and the team. And there is a team of 15 people that is handling day-to-day activities. And board of trustees, so the members are voting. They can run for board and MC. They are ambassadors of TDF. And there is a video on being a member. And so this is the last invitation to become a member. You can apply for membership here. And thank you for listening.